Hi, my name is Olivia Deckler, and this is how score unveils emotion hidden in film noir. According to author Kathryn Kalinak, the image is ultimately limited in its ability to convey emotion. This is a true feeling for composers like Double Indemnity's Miklos Rozsa, who approached film noir as if it was his job to save the image through sound. While dialogue and voiceover was often prioritized in the 1940s, Rozsa heightened Double Indemnity's emotions so much so that the score earned Rozsa an Academy Award nomination. Take this scene, for example, where our protagonist, Walter Neff, first meets our soon-to-be femme fatale, Phyllis Dietrichson. Try to listen for Walter's key emotional beats through the score.
The living room was still stuffy from last night's cigars. The windows were closed and the sunshine coming in through the Venetian blind showed up the dust in the air. On the piano in a couple of fancy frames were Mr. Dietrichson and Lola, his daughter by his first wife. They had a bowl of those little red goldfish on the table behind the big Davenport. But to tell you the truth, Keys, I wasn't a whole lot interested in goldfish right then, or in auto renewals, or in Mr. Dietrichson and his daughter Lola. I was thinking about that dame upstairs and the way she had looked at me. And I wanted to see her again, close, without that silly staircase between us.
Did you catch any? Let's rewind and see where Rozsa gives us hints at Walter's true inner emotions. First, the fast string sequence here is repeated throughout the film as a way to separate Walter's voiceover from the scene at play.
The living room was still stuffy from last night's cigars. The windows were closed and the sunshine...
Now here's where it gets a little tricky. Do you hear the soft shift from the quick strings to a subtle swell of higher pitched violins? The shift happens as Walter's continuing his voiceover, but at this point, the score diverges from the tone of the voiceover, as Walter boringly illustrates what the living room looks like. However, the soft strings attempt to let us know that Walter is not thinking about the picture frames or the goldfish, but rather this throbbing truth.
I was thinking about that dame upstairs and the way she had looked at me.
The score swells in a grand gesture that is reminiscent of film scores such as the tragic love theme of 1942's Casablanca. The sudden swells of the strings strongly communicates the longing Walter feels to see Phyllis up close. However, as Phyllis's shoes click down the stairs, the strings slide down to a halt as well. This small scene sums up the desire and temptation that thrives in the film just by communicating how Walter feels through the ever-building, surging score rather than just relying on the voiceover. Composers like Rozsa intend for their score to convey the very emotion that the images seem to lack, but in the end, Rozsa's score seamlessly blends in with the original emotional intent of the images.